Welcome back, one and all, to Sports Extra Uncut, the last podcast that Joe will be doing here at WZIS. I'm Coby Clark. With me is Joe the Lawn Moore.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm awesome.
Then, of course, CJ, so cool, right there, right in the building. How you doing, gentlemen?
I love the I love the change up. That's how we started. We threw it off on you guys.
Exactly.
Haha. You got caught. So it's Joe's last podcast here today, so we figured, you know what, we should do the intro, Joe. For the one time, Joe's last time here. It's getting very emotional, but we're not going to talk about it. We had that all yesterday. Now we're going to be talking about the NBA and the NFL. We're going to have a good time. Not worry about any finals. We're just going to talk about sports.
Yep.
That's the only thing that's set on my mind.
Yes, sir, Coby.
Yes, sir.
Coby.
But before we get into any of that, boys, gentlemen, how are you doing? I'll start off with you, Joe.
Doing pretty good. I don't like group projects, so that's the only thing that's just like stressing me out a little bit because I'm trying to get this early submission extra credit, but it's looking like my group don't want to work with me right now. So yeah, we probably gonna be on a bit of a grind tonight, just trying to get that figured out. But other than that, we chilling out. Good.
My first final I got 100% on, so
Show some love, chat. Show some love, chat. This is a P1 athlete. He works his butt off.
Come on now.
Come on, man. It's too easy. Academics first.
But I got 2 more finals left, and I'm gonna study hard, and that's what I'm really thinking about. We got a week off of football, so my body's feeling good.
Oh, you guys don't do anything this week?
Nope.
I didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool.
Life is good right now.
But you still stay in the gym?
Oh, we know it.
Oh, absolutely.
No days off.
No days off.
Never stop.
Dog mentality.
Dog mentality.
Dog. I was telling you guys this, but I have one actual final exam on Friday, and then I just have a few papers actually to write tomorrow, Thursday, and that's just gonna do it for me. And then summertime, baby.
Yep.
Work my butt off, get some money. Not your funny up, get that money up.
Heard you, King.
Staying well. Wellness check, boys, always. Let's just get into this, man. There's just so much to be talked about. The NBA second round here in the 2023 playoffs. Rest in peace to the Timberwolves, the Clippers, the Kings, the Grizzlies, and Dylan Brooks. The Bucks, Cavaliers, the Nets, and the Atlanta Hawks. Because those teams right there are not advancing to play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
And you know, and also a moment of silence is for Joe's basketball knowledge because apparently, you know, it apparently it's just totally off. I actually thought that regular season mattered
A little bit.
It don't at all.
I thought the same. I thought the same thing.
Don't matter. We got Lakers advancing. We got the Warriors advancing. We even got the Heat advancing.
Yeah, there's
the Knicks advancing. I mean,
the Knicks advancing, exactly.
This might be the most upsets I've seen in quite a while. You have an 8 defeating a 1, a 5 defeating the 4, the 6 defeating the 3, and the 7. You have every one of them
and so far,
actually advancing.
Yeah, and so far in the second round, like the Sixers look pretty good against the Celtics.
Yeah.
So
they took game 1 without Embiid.
Harden has
James
45?
Harden back? Is Houston Harden back?
I don't know if he wants to go back or not.
Look great.
45, huh?
Man, 45 in the things.
He was a dog out there just pulling up in people's faces like that.
Tyrese Maxey needs more respect.
He does.
I think he's a number 2 on a good team. I don't know about a championship team, but like a solid team that just wants to be in the playoffs, he's a number 2.
But I think he fits so well in this team already.
He
I don't
does.
think you want to leave to be at number 2. Like, I think he'd be fine with a reserve number 3, 4 role.
Yeah, I think he just kind of wants to play winning basketball at this stage of
So
his career.
young.
You know what I mean? He's so young. He's learning under a lot of, MVP veterans on his roster and a bunch of people who just been through like bad teams, been through good teams, they all-star game, they all-NBA teams, defensive teams. So, like, I think right now he's just kind of in a phase where he's absorbing, learning, like, how to play and succeed at different roles.
Yeah.
And so, like, shoot, in a couple of years, he's probably going to be, like...
I think he's going to get paid in a couple of years.
He's going to get it back, for sure.
Someone will pay him. If it's not Philadelphia, the thing is, because he was drafted not too long ago.
Yeah, so he would be...
He's still his rookie deal right now.
Yeah, so, like,
I think he got like 2
agency.
years. Yeah.
2 years left?
Yeah, but you remember last year when there was a time when people were saying Jordan Poole or Tyrese Maxey was better? I was one of those people that said Jordan Poole was better last year.
I did too.
But Tyrese Maxey has proved that he's about 2 times better than Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole just looks like he got paid and he just stopped going to the gym.
I don't know what this man. Ever since he got knocked out by Draymond, he has just been. But
oh my! I already knew it was gonna be FCS season when that stuff happened in the beginning of the season. Like, what? The fact that not only did that happen, but we have a video of it.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's insane how they allowed that to happen. Cool. Let alone happen, but just get it like the media have their hands on that clip is insane.
And the fact that people were confused why Draymond, was called a repeat offender when he stopped on some bonus. I mean, like, dude's knocking out his own teammates. Let's keep it a bug now. But
this is the same guy that he got a technical foul on his first ever NBA basket,
which is insane. Insane.
He should have known right there and then.
He was gonna be a menace.
That actually makes me kind of curious. Who owns the record for the most technicals in a career?
I would say Rasheed Wallace.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That's a great question.
Rasheed Wallace is a great answer.
I'm just trying to think because
Rasheed Wallace, Matt Barnes,
or
Kevin Garnett.
KG would be a good one.
KG would be a good one.
Ben Wallace, maybe.
No.
I'm thinking I just can't stop thinking about current NBA players.
DeMarcus Cousins.
But
He
I don't
didn't
think
play
he's
too
been
long.
the league long enough to be like that. I feel like if he looked like percentage of the season, he probably would be up there. But
This is actually a weird one. It says this man has the most absolute fouls in NBA history, technical and personal. So I don't think they're counting it towards technical.
Okay.
It's Karl Malone.
Wow. Karl Malone got down like that. I mean, he was fouled. He was definitely fouled. 1,000%.
All right, let's
subject.
I was definitely going with Joe.
Exactly.
That's why I was like, hold on.
When I heard you say foul.
Top
20 NBA players with the most technical fouls. Actually, Charles Barkley's number 2, which I guess that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Rasheed Wallace was 3 though.
Dang it.
Cousins Boogie was number 20.
He was number 20.
Yeah.
The fact that he was in the league that long, though, but the 20 is impressive.
Carmelo Anthony at 16.
He definitely got hot. Carmelo used to get hot a lot.
That's crazy.
Very angry.
Kobe at 13. Charles Oakley's a good answer.
Charles Oakley.
12. KG's at number 10.
Yeah.
Westbrook. He's at 8. Dirk at 6. That blew my mind.
Dirk talked like that? I didn't know that.
Rodman was a good guess.
Rodman.
At 5. Peyton 4. They're the top 3 what you mentioned.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the Robert Rogers in NBA history.
Say it 10 times fast.
Robert Rogers. Okay, I failed to say.
Karl Malone had 332 technical fouls.
That's insane.
Give him a plaque. Actually,
That's
you can give him something else. But let's talk about some other stuff now. Karl Malone is not a very good man. Just remember that. So yeah, we were just looking at this. The one thing, Joe, that I know you wanted to talk about was obviously your little 5-10 minute rant about
Jimmy Butler.
Your favorite NBA player, Jimmy Butler.
So
I'll give you the mic.
I'll give you the floor.
You know what? I don't even need that. And I just want to have a bit of a moment of reflection. Right? My emotions towards Jimmy Butler started with the Timberwolves, where he would, go around trash talking at that time one of my favorite players, Karl Anthony Towns, and one of the players that I thought would be really good in the future, and still is, Andrew Wiggins and stuff. So and I didn't really like how he, carried himself in that instance, and then proceeded to go along with, being traded in that sense, and move on to 76ers, where they really, happened much, which is a super team if you look back on it now, but still at the time was not a very, great team. But it was a good team though. Then going to Miami, and that Miami move immediately put him in my lights,
Oh yeah.
And so I remember conversing with one of my friends who's also a big Pacers fan, being like, Jimmy's always talking about winning, and he's gonna go to Miami and win. You know what I mean? And I was just like, that's just such a dumb move for him. It was probably just chasing the bag at that point. And here we go.
He made it to the finals though.
He made it to the finals, conference finals, and now he just took down a number 1 seed. And now, Jimmy Butler, I'd like to apologize.
Oh my! Not the apology from Joe.
I have to apologize for how much of a fraud you are.
Oh!
and your ability to just immediately take some type of supplement, secret stuff or something,
Let's stop him right here.
You're such a hater.
Whenever it's time for you to show up and then play like prime Michael Jordan, how dare you? I don't know what you're doing, but it's going to be found out in the near future.
Yes,
and just know that Joseph the Lawnmower called it right here and right now.
Yes, he did.
Also, as a final comment, fire Mike Budenholzer. And condolences to him and his family. But, man, bro, probably needs to be fired.
But you know who else needs to be fired? Giannis for being in the top 3 conversation. This is overrated. Giannis is overrated. I've been waiting to say that since
He was
2020.
hurt. He was hurt.
2020.
He was hurt. What we doing?
Take that boy Giannis, bring him to a big market, and let him, do something
He's a
big.
Lakers fan, guys.
Okay, CJ, let me ask you this question.
I'm here.
Top 3
Top 3
players in the NBA right now.
Top 3 players in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Are we talking about?
And we're not.
We're
We're talking just in general. We're not saying who you want to start a franchise with.
No,
we're saying who are the best
in my
NBA
top
players.
5 in playoff. I'm just saying.
Who are the top 3? Who are the top 3 players in the NBA right now?
Top 3 players.
If you say LeBron,
he's not. He's
Okay.
not. Top 3 players in the NBA right now will be Jokic.
at what? 1,
No, 3.
3.
Embiid at 2. And number 1. This might surprise a few people. So I'm gonna go Luka Doncic. Actually, I got my top 5, top 4. Luka, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and Jokic.
Tatum's definitely a good answer.
See, Luka at 1 is just, I don't know, it's kind of rubbing me a type of way, but at the same time, the Dallas Mavericks have just not been a really good front office. And I mean, like,
you can't go get a dominant guard with the guy that needs the ball in his hand. You need shoes around him. They need to treat him like LeBron.
I mean,
sure.
yeah, like LeBron, when he didn't make the playoffs, I mean, he was still top 3 player. Carmelo Anthony, he was always up there as well.
For sure.
And his team was never good.
You talking about 2004 LeBron next year?
Just
LeBron only didn't miss the playoffs 3 years out of 20. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
2 of the years he was hurt.
So yes, I mean, the years
Don't
he
do that
didn't
to Bron.
make it, he still was up there for consideration of one of the best talents in the NBA.
Yeah, but I think Luka this year is number 1. I think so.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at
Jokic
you.
is number 2.
But he's
I disagree, but I'm not mad at you.
is Jokic really going to get 3-time MVP?
I hope not. I hope not.
But is he though?
I hope not.
I don't think he is. I think
You can hope not, but will he?
He don't deserve 3 times back to back.
Yeah, in my opinion too.
I mean, the first one he definitely didn't deserve. He was a 6 seed. How do you get MVP for being a 6
Wasn't that
seed?
last year?
Yeah, that was
last year.
Yeah.
Last year he definitely deserved it.
I think he deserved it. I think because like
Joel
you
Embiid
look at the
deserved
team.
He's getting snubbed
You
for
look-
2 straight years.
Yeah, but during that time, the Jokic and like the Embiid Sixers during that season pretty much had the same record, even though Jokic was a 6 seed. So, you have to think like, and plus Jokic was missing a lot of his team, and then he did, all that.
Yeah, Jamal Murray was out for a grip.
Yeah, exactly. He was pretty much out, no Michael Porter Jr. So, I understand it. I'm not sure if he should have won last year. I would have, okay, if it was that he didn't win last year, they gave it to like Joel or whoever. Even though I did think he deserved it, but even if I wish they kind of gave it away, just because this year I feel like this is a better version. This is more of an MVP type season for like traditional MVP season for players. So I would prefer it to be like Jokic, Embiid, and Jokic than what it's probably going to be, which is Jokic, Embiid, or Jokic, which I hope doesn't happen. But yeah,
It's just
Well, he's not even the best player in the league.
Embiid has the most, like, he's at 33 points, but then Jokic is averaging nearly a triple-double, which is 4th in assists for a center and 2nd in rebounding.
Shoot.
So, like, how do you really... and you can't take playoffs into consideration. So this is hard. And you look at the team's success, and they got the number 1 seed. If he's going to win it at 6 seed, why wouldn't he win it again at the number 1 seed?
Yeah.
Philly's a 3 seed.
Exactly. I definitely feel you. I feel both arguments. I feel like both of them are pretty much on the same tier. Like, I think we can all agree that they're on the same tier. Just Jokic, what he's doing, we've never seen from the center before. And, like, the amount of carrying he has done, because ultimately,
James in the regular season, let's put that.
But James Harden is, a better player than Jamal Murray this season. And I think he's a better player in general. in terms of like not only his accolades, but his able to ability to now just transform into more of a point guard that's like knows how to get his own, but also knows how to get like 13, 14, 15 assists.
Gets everybody else involved. I get you.
So that's my thing for sure. But again, I'm not mad either way. I used to have like a dog in the fight. Now it's just kind of like both of them are just really great players, and I just appreciate that.
I just feel like the MVP race is not as big as it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
Like we used to be waiting on who won the MVP. Now it's just like Jokic, you got it. Jokic, you got it.
Yeah,
it really lost its flavor.
It lost its exactly. No MVP speeches are good.
Facts. I feel like if Jokic did it, I think what he's been given to the media is all that he doesn't really care about MVP. So I don't think he does. I genuinely don't think he does because like when he after the season he immediately just goes to Serbia and chills. I don't think he really cares about the culture like that.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, he's going back home to give back to his community.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, he comes back obviously.
I mean, he goes back, but I think it's like I just feel like he's not really immersed in like just ball culture as it traditionally is defined, and which isn't a bad thing. But
it's not a bad thing because you don't need like basketball lovers like KD and LeBron and Harden.
Exactly, but I feel like it's bad for like the league just because like you want to have like a guy that's really perpetuates basketball culture, and I just don't think Jokic is really that. Which is not. It's not. I'm not a knock against him, but I don't think he's like face of the league. Even though a 2-time MVP would normally be the face of the league.
He's not the face of the league. I don't think he will be the face of the league when LeBron leaves. Exactly. I think the face of the league will be Jason Tatum, Devin Booker. If he wins the championship, Devin Booker can, because they can say the Kobe tree.
I don't know, man. I think Giannis has it locked. Why wouldn't you just get
Giannis?
Why wouldn't you just give it to KD or Curry? Really?
They both old.
But they are still face of the league.
Yeah. KD and Curry will probably retire when LeBron retires. So if you think about it,
KD
is Curry is 34 right now. A lot of people forget that he came to the league kind of older, and he didn't pop off the scene like LeBron did.
When would you consider LeBron was the face of the league? Like, when did that
From
start?
2011 to now.
You don't think Kobe was ever?
Kobe was probably from 2006 to 2010.
He's still in the league.
But LeBron, I think, took over the league in 2011. When he made that big move to Miami, the villain role, he was still the face of the league.
So are you going to take the more dominant player or just the more liked and well-known character?
Most dominant.
I would say, I disagree. I think it's more marketable.
Marketable, yeah. That's
because I feel like if you're the NBA, if you're the commissioner, you need to have like a face of the league just to pretty much sell the product of the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard for Giannis if he stays in Milwaukee to be the face of the league. It's a small market. Who's going to Milwaukee? What celebrities are sitting in the front row? When you go to a Lakers game, actually, Game 3 is proposed to be $31,000 to get a ticket against the Warriors.
What? You're 30?
No,
I mean that's probably the last time
I will show you right now.
This is gonna be such a fun series.
31,000 in crypto series. In crypto.
That's crazy.
In the crib.
No way. Warriors and Lakers. All right, guys. I just want to hear your thoughts. Warriors, Lakers. Who wins? How many games? It's tough. I go Lakers in 7. I'm gonna go Lakers in 7. I think the Warriors have had their fun and games, and now they're gonna really meet their match. I think with everyone healthy, AD, LeBron, they can really pull through. And they have a lot of good reserve players. It just depends on how LeBron plays.
Honestly.
And like Curry is good.
Honestly, I feel like it's different. I'm a big Lakers fan. Y'all know that. The chat knows that. But the Warriors, we don't do good against the Warriors, like, matchup to matchup.
Didn't you?
I feel we went 3-1 in the season series, but Curry was hurt. Clay was hurt one game. And, I mean, we played him one game after having D'Lo. And I don't see D'Lo having 30 again like that. I don't think that we fit because nobody on our team can guard Steph Curry. Vanderbilt is going to get in foul trouble by trying to guard Steph Curry. If Klay Thompson comes to hoop, we don't have a number 2 to balance that out. Jeremiah Green's going to neutralize Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis doesn't do good when people get in his face and talk stuff to him because he's kind of soft. He says he's from Chicago, but he's from the suburbs. But that's a different story. That's a different story. But I just don't think if Andrew Wiggins is good against LeBron. LeBron doesn't have that first step like he did once again. I just feel like, as crazy as this might sound, Austin Reeves is the X factor. If he goes over 15, we win the series in 6. He goes under 15. We lose the series in 6.
I'm glad we can completely agree with something that makes special. I'm not gonna lie, because as
now I change everything.
No, exactly, just to go against. Like,
Gaslight.
I think that it's gonna come down for the others with the Lakers, because if what Sabonis had that AD doesn't have is the ability to affect the game without being able to score or do a lot of the.
I knew you were gonna try to bring Sabonis up, and I was
Yeah.
waiting for you to bring it up because he played like a bum in Game 7. Sabonis was nowhere to be found. Second half, where's Sabonis? He was sitting on the couch with me and Cole watching the game.
Okay.
Hey, don't put me in this.
Because Sabonis was a bum. Jeremiah Green got in his head. He didn't even shake the guy's hand. Sabonis,
Right.
I'm not a fan. I know you're a fan because he's an old Pacer. It's like us being in the playoffs. The Pacers are not in the playoffs for a dang reason.
First of all, I don't like you coming after not only current players, but ex-players for the Pacers organization, one of the best organizations in the world.
They're having their best organization in their conference.
However, even though Sabonis wasn't able to score because, the world.
They were literally guarding him like he was a JV player. They were literally packing up on the court. Like, look at this.
Because
physically, from the free throw line. From the
eyes.
free throw line, they was backing up. That is a shame.
Yeah,
you are an NBA player at 7 foot.
And he was hitting
I know.
He was definitely hitting him in the first half, but he wasn't allowed to do that. And he can't even go in the paint because each time they give him a dang black eye. They stomp on his chest. They assault him on a regular basis.
He's soft.
No, he's not soft.
He had
played
22.
He had 22 in the other game. He had 16. He was very efficient. He had like 50%.
And a lot of those 22, me and Joe me and Joe watched this. A lot of those 22, 8 points was in garbage time when nobody cared about the game no more. You know that.
Not because he did stuff to win the game. Like
they were down 20 when he was hitting layups. When he started to
Fox had 16. Why are we hating on him?
Yeah, exactly. He had a much worse game than
Fox
Sabonis.
had 16 because
Kevin Herter had
Sabonis.
7.
Because Sabonis, they were literally guarding Fox, where they was hedging Fox, they was hedging Malik Monk, because Sabonis was a non-factor on the court. It was 4 against 5 because he was just dribbling the ball, wasting clock, and then he throws it to Fox to make a terrible shot. Because Sabonis is a bum.
He's not bum. What
He
his
should have been
game
an all-star.
plan is, what he does.
AD should have been all-star over.
If he's post-up, he should have been an all-star. Not over him. That's crazy. But I'm just saying, like, what Sabonis does when he posts up, he's a very, very physical player. But each time
I couldn't tell he was physical.
No,
Looney averaging 20 rebounds in the series.
He had the entire series. He had played with the whole season for a fact. He played with a broken hand. And then he goes
now
on,
and
then he like he doesn't now how to broken. He's not LeBron. He's not LeBron. He's not LeBron though.
Because he's a bum. Now he has a broken hand.
He must be talking about LeBron. No way.
I just want to say 5 minutes ago, it was nice for us to agree on something.
I agree, and then why are we still arguing anyway? I'm just saying, Sabonis is a very physical player. He's not able to be physical in a game 7 because he's been beat up the entire series.
So they didn't play a game 7, Joe? The Warriors ain't play 7 games either?
No, but
you trying to make it seem like
by
7 games
they
either?
were getting jumped by like 3 dudes. You have Andrew Wiggins, long self. You got Kevon Looney, just big.
Kevon Looney was bullying Sabonis. He was bullying Sabonis.
He was
averaging.
It's easy to bully Sabonis when you have Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins right next to you.
Stop it.
It's easy to, trust me. You telling me that even though Sabonis is a physical player, you're telling me that you have all those guys?
He's not physical after this series. Let's stop playing the physical in front of Sabonis after this series.
Oh, Lord.
Kevin Looney averaged 17 rebounds this series. That is a shame.
But okay, you
that is some 2K stats. 17 rebounds.
Sabonis averaged like the second most rebounds in the
regular season.
And he averaged the most points in the regular. He wasn't a bad rebounder, but who else is going to help Sabonis on the rebound? If you look how they were playing. But you're not going to play Alex Len and Sabonis on the court. The offense looks terrible
because Sabonis is Sabonis.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
that's crazy.
My pick is the Lakers. Exactly. My pick is the Lakers. I think it's going to depend on the other people, and I think what we proved in the first, what the Lakers proved in the first round of the playoffs is that the other people are pretty reliable because you have enough of them to where all you need is just one game out of a handful of players to continue to win games. So I'm gonna say the Lakers in 6.
Why did Davion Mitchell put 8 points? He does not like his off factor
because he can't score the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And they needed scoring at that time, but they needed scoring, and Steph Curry was going off.
I think that Mike Brown lost this series the first 4 games he was the better coach, but the last 3, Steve Kerr dominated.
I disagree. I just think that Steve Kerr has, just the Warriors' just culture and then the locker room. I mean, let's not act like it's the Kings' first time being there.
Yeah, exactly. But you go out there on Game 7 in your home court. I mean, light the beam. Where's the beam at on Saturday?
And you also have to think about injuries as well. So I mean, Sabonis was injured, and then you had De'Aaron Fox, who, finger was broken. I mean, you had the top 2 guys just beat up pretty much throughout the entirety of the season, both playing through injuries.
I mean, these guys are playing through injuries too. I mean, it's the playoffs. I mean,
what do they got? What do they got?
Draymond Green, he hurt his hamstring 2 weeks ago. Kevin Looney, he had a concussion about a week ago. No,
he did. He actually, that's crazy. But yeah.
He had a concussion from beating up.
That'd be crazy.
Lakers in 6.
I look at the other series right now. Just quickly, what I think Philadelphia, even without Embiid, they dominated.
Yeah.
They needed some more. They need a little bit more from Brown, I think. It's just tough. Tatum's trying his best out there.
I think Tatum and Brown is a great duo.
They are.
I think that
best duo
one of the best duos in the league, but they would never win a championship with each other. The reason why is because it's too much Superman. There's no Batman Robin. One of them has to defer to a Robin role for them to win the championship.
I feel like they did that well last year, though.
If you watch the games, honestly not. They were just both hot. Like against the Warriors, game 5, 6. Well, the Warriors beat them in 6, but in game 4, 5, and 6, it just looked like they were trying to okay, here, you take the shot. You take the shot. It kind of looks like 2011 Miami Heat when the first 23 games when D-Wade was still the number 1, but LeBron is still number 1, and Chris Bosh was the number 1 too. It's like they don't know who's the number 1 threat, so they're both hesitant. They're not playing as aggressive because they're like, I don't want to step on his toes. I think one of them has to turn into a Batman. And if they turn into a Batman, they will win the championship. But
I definitely understand where you're coming from. My thing is I think Jaylen Brown is good at becoming that Robin in a sense, but sometimes Jason Tatum just isn't always hot, and I think that whenever Jaylen Brown is hot, Jason Tatum is just a non-factor.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's really what gets me is because sometimes Jason Tatum is going to be guarded by the best defensive wings in the league, and so some nights he's just not going to be good, and so Jaylen Brown steps up, but if Jason Tatum just isn't scoring, it feels like he just struggles on offense because he's not he's not a bad passer, but I don't think he's a good enough passer to really become a major factor in winning in a lot of sense, and I don't think he doesn't really lock in on defense as much as I want him to for him. So I think in those 2 areas, I think he needs to improve and understand how to not only feed the hot hand but also get other people involved and being kind of like a conductor of just overall basketball. And I think that's what he's struggling with. I think Jaylen Brown is learned how to do it because he had to.
I think Jason Tatum, once he learned how to play like a point guard rollish, where he can come up the court and just facilitate while scoring, he'd be a double amount of player. Because in his career, he's only 22 years old, but man, he's dominant offensively. But he can't get other players involved. He's like a young Bron. If anything, he's more talented than Bron was at that age. Offensively wise, he's more talented than he was.
He's got better
handles, but he just can't see the court like Bron. Once he learns how to see the court and learns how to work out of double teams and stuff like that, the Celtics will start winning championships.
I feel like one thing that we don't really see in today's NBA is kind of how we forget how important that leadership role is. How getting in each other's faces and wanting it a lot and just trying to get the team rally around you. A great example of that would be, I guess, LeBron, Kevin Garnett, Kobe, the era of 2010s. That was the era where you would just go at one another.
Yeah, the leaders.
And I feel like we just kind of lost that.
Off of it.
Curry's a great basketball player, but he's not gonna.
Draymond is their leader, and when Draymond leaves this offseason, the Warriors are done.
You think he's leaving?
Yes.
By choice?
By himself. I will put my check on that.
You think the team is making him leave, or he wants to leave?
Honestly, I think that the culture. I think that they're doing it right now because they're just talented enough. But this regular season is very bad for Draymond, like culture wise. And I think they chose Jordan Poole over Draymond.
He punched him.
Well, yeah, he punched him. Don't get me wrong, but they chose him over him.
Yeah.
They had one contract. They had one contract that they could re-sign. Draymond Green's a free agent this year. Jordan Poole was a free agent this year. They chose Jordan Poole.
I'm not mad at him though.
I'm not mad at that pick.
Yeah, because like if you're a franchise, you kind of have to keep your future in mind, and like whether you like it or not, Jordan Poole is the future. I mean, you give Draymond Green, let's say like pretty big, like $30+ million a year for the next like 3 or 4 years.
He's not worth it.
Out of those 4 years, how worth it is he gonna be? It's just gonna be like I don't know. I would probably hedge my bets on the younger cat who shows potential.
Most Moody could come in and take Draymond's Green like that.
I think he can slide into that role. I don't think he can fill in.
I don't think he can fill into the role immediately. But I mean, talent-wise, yes. Yeah. As a basketball player, yes.
I don't think. One thing that I think I've learned about the Warriors is that they try to do this 2 timeline thing where they're gonna continue to be contenders now and also build for the future. I don't think that works in pretty much any sport. I just think that like you really do have to focus on who you got now because what you're not investing enough time and like valuable resources into like either or. You're just splitting up. And so when you split up, you just kind of like both kind of get neglected in a sense.
I feel that. And then one is just gonna get mad about the other, and that's just gonna make the locker room and the chemistry down even worse because they want that money and they want to be able to get playing time, and then there's always that like they don't have that feeling of knowing if they're really is the team's future.
Word, definitely agree.
Obscurity for sure. I don't know if there's really a whole lot other than NBA. I mean, you talked a whole lot about Jimmy. We talked about MVP with Jokic. I mean, any other thoughts on NBA before we head to NFL?
The Suns need to get going.
I mean,
2-0. Even though they went down 1-1 against the Clippers, these ain't the Clippers.
No.
These ain't the Clippers.
KD need to hit his shots.
Man,
he's way too inefficient in game 2. Like that was definitely not something that you want to see, especially with Chris Paul going.
He was just out there in my opinion.
He was taking shots.
87 points from 3 scorers that can score 30 points anytime. It's insane.
And that bench is
Yeah, that bench, man. They didn't think about that when it was trading everybody. They could have got some free agents or something.
They could have. I don't know why they're not playing T.J. Warren. Is he hurt again? Is he something? I can't because you have to find a hero.
This is not the bubble.
And this is not the bubble, but you gonna tell me that you gonna play Bismack Beyondro, Jock Landale, and Ish Winright? Who are these people? Who are these people? Players. Exactly. Who are these people? You might as well play somebody with contract to actually give you some production. But I don't know.
Yeah, the Suns bench, they need to go in the offseason and just start signing people. But that's a shame.
That's pretty nasty, not gonna lie.
Don't know this one.
So I think that's gonna do it for NBA right there. Let's transition now for the later half of this podcast. Talk about the NFL draft, where a lot of players heard their names be called. Joe and I talked about Anthony Richardson on yesterday's Sports Extra. It's gonna be uploaded on YouTube later, so you can hear that back. And then me and CJ, we talked a little bit about it, but I didn't really have full thoughts. Just to recap, I mean, the big names, Bryce Young is now Carolina Panther. CJ Stroud and both Will Anderson Jr. are Houston Texans after an insane trade by Houston. We saw Jalen Carter fall all the way. Philadelphia making a lot of just rounds about Georgia. The Falcons got a lot of hate for taking Bijan Robinson. Just a lot of unproven guys, but a lot of good fits. Like one of my favorite fits is Christian Gonzalez to New England. I think he's the best cornerback in the draft.
Definitely was.
Jamar Gibbs to Detroit. A lot of people were giving it hate, but I personally like that idea. They got DeAndre Swift out of there, and they took Hendon Hooker as well. I think that's a good idea by them. Zay Flowers to Baltimore is also a very nice pick. Jordan Addison to Minnesota. Well, we got 4 straight wide receivers being taken. Jackson Smith as well to Seattle gives a great second weapon next to DK, I think. Something they can
third? Let's stop acting like Tyler Lockett is not that guy.
He's like 35.
Let's stop doing it. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year.
He's going to be gone in a few years.
I don't know, man. I mean, I would take Tyler Lockett over DK.
Yes. That's crazy.
Yes.
I don't even like DK.
Hot take right here. WZIS
like
90.7
like
FM. I'm here.
That might be the worst hot take I've ever heard.
Tyler Lockett is a better receiver than DK Metcalf, and I will stand on that. Watch the film, watch the tape. In the last 2 years, Tyler Lockett is a better receiver than DK Metcalf. Watch the tape.
I can't.
See, y'all get too busy on these guys' builds and their frames and all these numbers. But Tyler Lockett is a dog. Tyler Lockett is better than DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett is number one.
Will Tyler Lockett be doing these numbers if DK Metcalf was on the team or not?
Yes.
Bull!
Yes.
No way!
Yes.
You can ask
Yes.
No.
C. Hill, and he will tell you that I am almost close to a DK Metcalf hater. And I really can't agree with that take. I understand where you're coming from because I feel like Tyler Lockett's more like skilled.
Tyler Lockett is more skilled and he's more dependent.
And he's like kind of like old.
Every playoff with the Seattle. Look at the stats. Every playoff series that Seattle goes against, every playoff game. I'm sorry, we've been talking about NBA. I said series. Look, every playoff game that Seattle plays against, Tyler Lockett is more dominant than DK Metcalf. Where is DK Metcalf these last couple years? Where is DK Metcalf this playoff series?
I think that
last year.
I think that what DK has provided to that wide receiver unit is his athleticism gets people like Tyler Lockett open. You know what I mean? Because you always have to factor into him. Of course, you have to, you talk about Bills and all these athletic things. You have to remember that DK is a really, really fast dude and big dude. So, where you are on the defense, you kind of have to account for him. And so if you're accounting for him so much, you have to have, players kind of like, hedge their bets a little bit for, with his athleticism. You're going to have a skilled, receiver like Tyler Lockett be open a lot. So that's why he's dependable just because of the athleticism that DK provides.
Tyler Lockett had 84 receptions, 1,303 yards, averaged 12.3 yards a catch, and had 10 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's nice.
Let's go to DK stats. Come on now, like Tyler Lockett is the number one receiver. You could ask Geno himself.
Geno would never answer that.
He probably would.
Bring him right here. Bring him right here.
Oh yeah, let me just call up Geno Smith.
I'll call up Geno. Don't worry.
Okay.
Geno on the way.
He still has the best quote.
They wrote me out, but I wrote back.
I don't think that's how that works.
Something like
butchered it.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like
you
that.
almost had it. You had me in the first
They
one.
wrote me off, but I ain't right back.
Something like that. That's cute. But look, DK Metcalf had 0 touchdowns this year in the regular season. And you tell me he's your number one with 900 yards.
I'm telling you,
with 900 yards.
If I had to choose right now today, and
he's your number one,
I'm going with DK.
What?
I'm going DK.
What?
One, his youth. Two is he's grown every single season that he's played.
Has he?
So
he still can't catch a slant to save his life.
He's definitely improved. I agree. I know where you come from.
Come on.
I'm a DK kind of hater. I'm not gonna lie.
Can he run a whip route still?
However, if I had
all he has is 2 routes.
Yes, can he?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Post fade. He can't run a corner. His hips don't get low enough. He had one of the worst. Hold on. He had one of the worst times in the 5-10-5 in NFL history. He can't move vertically. I mean, side to side, horizontally.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody talks about his 40, but nobody talks about his 5-10-5.
I'm not disagreeing.
DK Metcalf is overrated, and I will stand on that.
I agree. I agree that he's overrated, but I'm not.
And he's not the number one receiver on his team.
I'm taking.
And that's why they are not Super Bowl contenders, because they think DK is the number one.
Listen, I'm
all
all
grab
for
a real number one.
I'm all for the Seahawks if they have a bomb trade offer for DK, immediately doing that because I do think that he's replaceable. Yes. However, if you had to choose, I'm picking DK. I have to.
DK Metcalf
I don't think DK's
is not
like
better
top
than Brandon
10
Marshall
right now. I think AJ Brown's way better than him.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's better. Yes.
Who else?
I mean,
really anyone. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I wouldn't take Keenan Allen.
I would if his hamstring's working.
Nope. No.
If Keenan Allen's hamstring's working, yes. He just don't have no hamstring.
I would take DK over Mike Evans.
That's insane.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's in this show.
That's just how I feel. I think Mike Evans
is what?
He biased.
I can't.
He biased.
Mike Evans is
he's an NFC
wide receiver.
Why? Because he beats up Marshawn Lattimore every year.
No, he does not.
Every year when it matters in the playoffs.
He is such a crybaby.
In the playoffs when it matters, where's Marshawn?
When?
Going home.
What he was hurt all year, dude.
Where's Drew Brees? Going home. Come on, how the Saints? The Saints are the best regular season team ever. How you beat the Bucks 2 times at a time, 221 when the Bucks won the Super Bowl, and guess what? When it mattered in the Superdome, what happened? What happened?
I blame Jared Cook.
Drew Brees was gone.
Who?
Drew Brees was gone.
What do you mean he was gone?
He was gone.
He didn't even play that game.
Who that gonna beat them Saints? Everybody.
With that, I would like to say that Sports Extra Uncut is
not returning.
is definitely the loudest, voted by you guys, the viewers, the loudest podcast here at WZIS.
It's because we get in debates.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you really get in a debate?
It's because of him. It's because of him.
Can you really get in a debate about anime?
Yeah. You definitely can. You definitely can.
I should have said it.
Because, well, I know it's with me though, but I get like my argumentative side from sports, so that might be part of it. But at the same time, you definitely can. I'll definitely lock some heads.
When you get on Anime on Airflow, you should just be like, Hannah, the best anime is One Piece. You can't.
It's not even close.
You can't argue.
Luffy, Nami, Zoro. Like, dude, I'll be pulling, boy. I tell you what.
You should just pull a quick Stephen A. Be like, what are you talking about? Stay off the win! Zach, quit!
Stop it right now!
We didn't even talk about the draft. We just got on a rant about DK.
I do have a question. Because of him.
No, because I'm tired of that.
I do have a question for you, Coach.
What?
It feels like this draft in general has a whole lot of winners and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, who do you think is really the biggest loser in the draft so far? Because I was pondering that question when I'm just looking through these draft picks. Because I'm really not mad at any of them. Even the trade.
From just round one?
Just round one or just in general. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because I don't know. I feel like there's just a bunch of winners right now.
There's a lot of good picks.
Yeah.
If I had to be honest, like seeing how everyone played, I'm not gonna say the Chiefs because I mean they still got a pretty good prospect. Yeah. I think the biggest loser, probably the Raiders. Like I like Tyree Wilson, but why are we going after defense? I feel like you should have probably got someone a little better or traded up.
Tyree Wilson is a reach. The Raiders love reaching. He's a reach. You had Jalen Carter on the board. He fits the Raiders' scheme. He fits their like. Imagine Jalen Carter next to Max Crosby.
It makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense. Like, what are we doing? What are they doing?
I definitely agree.
I think the biggest loser is the Packers. You draft a player.
I was gonna just say
you draft a player that didn't even start in college.
I like
He didn't even start in college.
I like Von Ness. Don't get me wrong.
Start in college.
The Saints did it before too. We're still paying for those, so but I like him a little bit better. We took Peyton Turner. I think he's not even on the team anymore.
He's not.
He is.
He's in the XFL.
No, he's not. Don't gaslight me, CJ. You're gonna be in the XFL.
I hope not. XFL, I'm coming back to WZIS. I'm blaming you, and I'm blaming you. I said you cursed me. I said this energy, and all that cursed me. That's why I'm in the XFL.
CJ walks in with his Battlehawks jersey.
Battlehawks
Look at me.
What you did to me, Rich?
Pretty kind of hard though.
Crazy.
I don't know about you. I love playing this. I think the Packers should not have taken. This is the wrong choice in the wrong year. This is the kind of pick where you have such good options at receiver. I don't understand their thought process.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like Jackson Smith is going to be a wide receiver one. I think Zay Flowers is a dog. Yeah. I mean, there are some even good options on day 2. Like,
I agree.
Green Bay needs to figure it out. Who's their wide receiver? Who is it? I don't know. It's not Lazard.
Randall Cobb.
No,
he's a free agent.
He's about to be in New York anyway.
Yeah. Alan Lazard, he's gone.
Oh, it's Christian Watson.
Christian Watson.
Honestly,
a guy from the Missouri Valley Conference. Show some love, y'all.
NBC represent. NBC.
Disgusting. That's disgusting that he's the wide receiver 1. For Jordan Love, that's awful.
Yeah, with no tight end presence because Robert Tonyan went to the Bears. What are we doing to Jordan Love?
They want to just
see him
fail. They want to fail. I don't even know who the best quarterback prospect is next year. Well, it's Caleb Williams, but I mean, after that, who? They're not getting Caleb Williams.
Drake May.
Oh, that's so. From Ole Miss?
No, from North Carolina.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah,
because North Carolina quarterbacks were pretty well in the league. What do you know? Huh? What do you know?
No. Mr. Trubisky shouldn't count it.
Oh,
but don't even get me started on him.
yeah.
Don't get me started, because last time I checked, where's Andy Dalton coming from?
He's not on the team.
Last time I checked, where's Jameis Winston? Last time I
he's
checked, who's Derek Carr? Really? That's your savior? Really? Derek? He was about to be out the league.
That's not true.
That's not true. That is not.
He was about to be out the league. He was about to be next to his brother. He's about to be next to his brother David on NFL Network.
Bro,
TJ just cut.
This is the worst. I feel like I'm literally talking to one of my best friends back home because he's a huge bitch, and I hear the same stuff all the time.
Bro, here you go, bro. He's like the bad kids at the end of the school year that just want to get in fights for no reason. Like, you know what I mean?
Let's go have a mosh pit.
Exactly. Like,
Let's go do it.
Awful.
Bro. Another team that was probably a huge L for me, and this is just me, the Commanders.
Yeah.
Who did they pick?
They took Emmanuel Forbes and a DB, which they could have took. I think Gonzalez was the better DB. My mom's calling me. Can't answer that. Shout out, moms.
Shout out, moms.
I think the Commanders don't have a solid quarterback. I don't like Howell. I think McLaurin is doing so. He's just getting so done dirty out there.
Yeah. He's really good. He's really good.
I love Robinson.
So consistent too.
They have a decent O line. I just don't think Washington really has what it takes to really compete. And I think they still have a whole lot of issues in the organization anyway.
Yeah, I really don't know. I feel like they're gonna be here next year, and in terms of like draft, and they're gonna be high, and hopefully they just make the right pick. You know what I mean? Like they really do need like just somebody to really rally with. That somebody that they can look to and be like, okay, at the very least we have this guy who's gonna be whatever type of player in the next year or two. And I feel like right now they don't really have a direction or really
just out there playing
a light at the end of the tunnel. Of course, Chase Young's not bad, but he's been had his injuries and stuff.
I don't think they're picking him up.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't pick up his contract.
They might not. Yeah, they might not.
So they're having like a prove year.
So we'll definitely.
And that's your number 2 pick.
Yeah, and he's supposed to. Yeah, exactly. He was supposed to be generational and stuff, and each kind of year just feels like we're questioning.
I just want to say this now. The Cardinals can most likely have the top 2 picks in the NFL draft this year. And that's so crazy.
Oh.
They have Houston's pick.
Yeah, they have Houston's pick.
And the Cardinals aren't.
Oh, it's just bad. Okay. Yeah. I understand.
And Kyler Murray's going to be hurt.
I understand.
And if they're bad, I'm calling it now. Caleb Williams will be the next Arizona Cardinal quarterback.
Which is terrible.
I know. He does not.
This is like the Cardinals do everything. Like I don't think they learn from their karma.
They don't.
Like they
don't
draft
learn.
Josh Rosen, and then next year they draft Kyler.
But at the time, it's incredible.
At the time, it was.
Yeah.
We all knew it was.
Quinn
You draft a
Ewers
guy that
is
wanted
a
to play baseball.
Quinn Ewers is actually. He's a good quarterback. He's a junior. Yeah, he's his last year, and then Arch Manning's gonna take over in Texas.
Actually, Arch Manning is not taking over Texas. Did you watch his spring ball?
No, not this year. Next year.
No, next year. He looks bad. He went like 2 for 50.
But I'm not. At the same time,
He's still translating.
He's not.
We'll see.
He's not.
I'm not going to go all the way to the direction of where he's not that guy. But he just looks bad. He looks rough. He definitely looks rough out there. But
He's
I
probably
wouldn't.
going to be a 4th string.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just comes out and balls next year.
I
would
wouldn't
not
be surprised if he's
I think
in
that's
the
honestly what he's probably going to do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the Porter next year and transferring to Ole Miss.
Porter might be interesting. For him.
I wouldn't
That would be
surprised.
interesting. I wouldn't be surprised either. But that would be very interesting.
Michael Phoenix or Penix, I'm sorry, the IU quarterback who's in Washington now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking at 2024 mock draft right now.
Definitely totally forgot.
There's some there's some Bo Nix, Seattle.
Bo Nix.
Oh, that'd be disgusting. I don't know how I feel about him.
Very interesting.
Wow, this is
They got some.
Yeah, okay. Alright. No, I was looking at like the top ones, if I get back up to the top of it. It was Caleb Williams and then obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. Which is like
He might go number 1.
he should. He's the best player in the it just depends on the teams.
Honestly, Marvin Harrison Jr. is better than BK right now, as we speak.
Stop it.
Come on.
He's like college. Bro.
That doesn't matter. If you put BK in Ohio State, he would not dominate like Marvin Harrison is. Marvin Harrison is a better route runner than BK, is he not? Is he not? Is he not?
CJ.
Is he not? Answer my question.
CJ.
Is he not?
CJ.
Is he not?
That'll do it.
Exactly.
Is he not?
He cutting up, yo. He cutting up. You going to ISS. That's what he's about to go. Like, hey,
Is he not? Is he not?
Why are you asking me?
Okay. Is he more of a possession catch than DK? Possession receiver. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Okay, you put DK Metcalf on any college team right now. He's gonna be a Heisman Trophy.
First of all,
it's simple.
Let's stop there, because DK Metcalf in college didn't do anything. That's why he's a third round pick.
That's
why he was a third round pick. Let's just put that out there. He's a third round pick for a reason.
Let's throw CJ in the NFL.
Exactly. Put me in there. Put me behind the line. And I would not get killed. I'd get some yards.
Simple.
Y'all know what I do. Hey, this is beyond the point though. DK Metcalf is not better than Marvin Harrison Jr. right now. He's not.
Okay.
Anyway.
So hold on, no. That's not anyway, because look at this. Was LeBron James?
Listen.
What are we talking about LeBron James? What? How did we get here, CJ?
Listen. Give me a chance to explain myself.
What?
When LeBron James was in high school, was he not better than pros already? Was he not?
Some pros.
Yeah, okay, he was better than DK.
He was probably better than
He was better
than Jordan at that time. Yeah.
We knew that. At 16,
but
he
he's
killed
not
Jordan.
better than a
Check the
top
documentary.
15 wide receiver. He'd be better than the 70th best wide receiver.
Stop it. Because LeBron's first All-Star was 2004. That means 1 year after he got out of high school. So you tell me Marvin Harrison Jr. is not better than DK Metcalf right now as we speak?
Does anyone even know?
I don't know what's happening.
Who talks CJ? Someone come get your man. Coach Mallory, come watch it.
Get your man.
No, because I'm speaking facts right now, man.
Right.
I took off these headsets because they used to hurt my ears, and now I'm here.
I'm just here, 100% here.
Is there anything?
Bring us together, Coby.
Bring us
together.
The last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, the Anthony Richardsons with the Indianapolis Colts. Is that a good move? I think so.
I like it.
The best one.
Yeah, I like it.
One of the best.
I agree.
I feel like that ground and pound for Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor, it's gonna be dominant. Yeah. That's what I feel like.
I agree. You know, they're gonna do.
Let's all end in agreement. Anthony Richardson is the next Hall of Fame for the Colts.
Whoa. He definitely doesn't fit you guys like.
Who is you guys?
My bad. I'm sorry. The weak Saints.
I am a Saints fan.
I know you need to change teams.
Never.
Because
Who that?
I thought that was a Bengals thing.
That's who because they caught him.
I know.
Yeah, I was like,
I was trolling him.
Nah, you're funny. Bear down.
But yeah, I don't know.
Simple and efficient.
Because your team hasn't been like that in the last 30 years.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Oh,
it.
I love that. It's better. But yeah,
We have a better quarterback than you guys right now.
I mean, yeah.
And probably a better running back than you guys.
I'm not saying no. You give me one more year of Fields. I don't think. Nah, Derek Carr's a top 5 quarterback in the NFC right now. He is. What do you mean?
I'm out.
Okay, so it goes like Jalen Hurts, and then there's Dak, and I'm trying.
You put Dak number 2?
I'm not going in order. I'm going by division.
Are you serious?
I think.
What are we doing?
I think Derek. Because I need to really look at this now. I'm trying to think. So let me start at the North. There's no other. I don't think any quarterback in the NFC North is better than Derek Carr. And I'm being dead serious.
Jared Goff is better than Derek Carr.
That is insane to say. No. NFC West. The NFC West.
Hey, talk to me, Joe.
Maybe Geno.
Help
maybe
me, Joe.
Geno.
Help me, Joe.
Give me Jared Goff.
Give me Jared Goff, and then
That makes me want to.
I mean, like, Derek Carr is not bad. Don't get me wrong.
Derek
but,
Carr is above average.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a B minus.
What the Lions did, you know, I'm gonna give it to him.
He didn't do that all on his own.
I mean, no, of course not. But I'm just saying, like, you know, what he did, he led that team. He led that. He's very efficient. And I feel like Derek Carr, they're very close. But I'm just saying, I feel like it's just, Give me that. They, Lions had much more success.
Derek Carr has had way more success
Derek Carr
than Jared Goff could ever imagine.
Over
what's success?
I'm talking about right now.
What's success?
Hold
on. What's success?
He's had multiple seasons.
A Pro Bowl throwing competition. That's his success. He's talking about. What else? What has he done?
What
has he done?
Let me talk.
What has he done?
See, that's what he does.
Ever since he came into the league in 2014, he has put up good passer rating numbers that have been comparable to one of the best in the AFC. And when you throw him in a least competitive NFC, he is easily top 5. Maybe not top 5. He's top 7 at the best.
Top 20.
He's solid. He's very, very solid.
But he's the best quarterback in the division, and that's what matters when it comes to playoff time.
I feel like if you put him on like the Rams team like 2 years ago, I feel like they would be in the exact same position. I feel like he
might not
be
be better than Bryce Young.
You're crazy to say that.
I mean, if CJ Stroud would have went over there.
I am as tall as Bryce Young.
Alright, that doesn't mean anything.
We're here.
That doesn't mean anything.
I might be taller.
All I'm gonna say,
I'm 5'9" on a good day.
Heard you, King. Heard you. All I'm gonna say is Derek Carr. He been in the league since 2014, and what has he done to show anything? What? 2 companies? 1?
You gotta think.
1?
It's not only him; it's the organization. How
Now
long did it take for the Raiders to?
But the
Raiders,
what?
But
Yeah,
the Raiders are a very bad organization.
What did he do with Devontae Adams?
He had 1 year with him.
And he didn't do nothing in the 1 year. What did he do with Devontae Adams? What did he do with Josh Jacobs?
He was very solid. Josh Jacobs had a fantastic year. He didn't
have a fantastic year, but led the league in rushing? How's that not a fantastic year?
I'm not saying
what
he didn't have a fantastic year.
What are you talking about?
What are we talking about?
All right, I'm going to be honest. I never liked the Derek Carr move anyway. I wanted to tank this year. I want Caleb. I don't want Derek Carr as my quarterback. Are you kidding me? Now I gotta stand up here and lie and protect Derek Carr.
I remember because you were like, I really hope we don't get Derek Carr. And then when they said Derek Carr signing with the Saints, I was like,
I love Derek Carr. I love Derek Carr now.
No, I don't.
Derek Carr is a bum.
I'm gonna support him because he's my quarterback now. But I'm always going to make sure if he is not ready to be played, throw Jameis in there. Or throw Taysom back in there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't guys think it's bad and putting Taysom everywhere.
It's not my fault. If I was if this was real life, I was the general manager of the New Orleans Saints, I would have went back to 2017 or 18 and actually drafted a quarterback to replace Drew Brees. But no, we had to wait another. We're still waiting. Because Derek Carr's not the answer.
Still on the clock.
We had the chance to get Mahomes and we didn't do it. We've seen multiple. I mean, no one was good last year draft. Nobody was really. Well, it took Jake Haener, another Fresno State quarterback that's going to be awful probably. 2020. I mean, we were just too good. We were set up. I'm not mad. We took Lattimore by all means. I love Lattimore. He's one of my favorite Saints. But the fact is, we should have made a move. Instead of drafting Marcus Davenport, we should have maybe took a quarterback in 2020, 2019, whatever it is. 2018. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember because that's how many times you won championship during then. 0.
Sean Payton was just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
We should have won the Super Bowl in 2018. I'm not going to lie there. We all know we were a little screwed. So, now I'm looking at, what do you mean how?
Oh, just because the little pass
interference. A little pass interference. A little
pass interference. That was an overthrown ball. That was uncatchable.
Bro, don't even make me. Don't even make me.
Yeah.
He would have.
Yeah.
2018, we took Marcus Davenport. Who were the available quarterbacks after Marcus Davenport? There's some pretty good names here. Lamar Jackson. My hope and dreams were crushed.
He was.
I was so excited because we traded up. I was like, oh my God, we're getting Lamar. Nope. And then I see this random that's on the Vikings now, which even makes me more sick because I had to defend him every day when we should have kept Trey Hendrickson and we weren't smart enough to do it. Nope. And now he's balling out in Cincy.
Yep. Been to Super Bowl many times.
Disgusting.
Boy, them Saints.
Are there any other? Who was the other quarterback?
Y'all didn't want Lamar though. Y'all have him in the green room about to cry. I got that picture on my wall to this day. To this day.
Wow. Really?
I'll show you guys that.
Where are the quarterbacks in this draft? Oh, here's one. Mike White. I would have took Mike White.
You know what?
I don't know about that one.
That's true.
I'm gonna say in the next 5 years. The next 5 years is mine with the Bears.
Okay, Pat Bev.
Josh
Josh Allen, Josh Rosen.
Pat Bev.
What an ugly draft for quarterbacks. Lamar was probably Nick Chubb going around too is disgusting. How does that happen?
The next 5 years is mine.
Man, I love the
Mason Rudolph.
Draft.
That would have been an awful thing too.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph is even.
Kyle Lawetta. No clue from Richmond. I don't know.
Shout
Shout
out
out
Richmond.
Richmond.
Why are we not taking a Drew Brees successor? Why didn't we take him?
Because y'all don't think that far ahead.
Yeah, had to acknowledge.
Y'all don't.
What are we doing?
I mean, we would have.
Y'all thought Drew
It
Brees
is
was Tom
public.
Brady.
It is public.
Yep. Y'all thought he was gonna last forever, but he didn't. He couldn't even throw a
Brady couldn't even.
Hey! He couldn't even throw a 5-yard out at the end of his career. I'm on that. 5-yard out. He couldn't throw it. 2018, 2019, he had a squad with him, but he couldn't throw the ball.
Man,
you know why? You know why Michael Thomas got the record? Because he was just throwing slants, 2-yard
Kyle
throws.
Allen went undrafted. That's crazy.
2-yard throws.
That's crazy. John Wolford went undrafted. He's awful.
See, Coby tried to ignore me, but he can't ignore me.
All right, let's get out of here.
That's enough.
I gotta go to my other job. I gotta go to work. Boys, it's been real. It's been real fun.
It's been real.
I love all the heated arguments. I love the conversation. This is gonna be a long episode. Make sure we rewatch this on. I can't even talk. We rewatch this on YouTube.
That's right.
Yes, please do.
Any more final words?
Final words.
Check out all the social medias down there at the bottom, guys.
Yep. It's been great. Love the semester.
It's been a blast.
It's been a blast, this show. And I'm gonna miss Joe. I'll miss somebody to always argue with me, man.
Don't worry, if you keep it up, I'll make that happen.
Exactly. I will literally call.
Call the station, please.
Just to be
Please.
like, man.
That's really easy to do that. We're on Streamlabs, so we could do that in Discord.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, man. You don't have to leave us.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, make some time.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Listen.
Tuesday and Thursday, like ESPN, first thing.
Exactly.
True. I'm ready.
But yeah, it's been real. I feel like this has been a fantastic semester in terms of what we've done when it comes to this podcast, when it comes to Sports Extra, articles and everything. I feel like we just did a very historic WZIS, season when it comes to sports.
That's facts.
This is the best, I think we've seen in a long time in terms of WZIS, and I think we're in a really healthy space, and I think it's just up from here. And, a whole lot more to prove and a whole lot more to gain, and it's going to be huge. Again, CJ, one of the best acquisitions for the sports team so far.
Facts.
Thank you.
Terrible takes, but it's
He had a few good ones. but the bad always outweighs that.
Exactly. And of course, Cole was just going to take both the news and sports department to new heights next year, obviously.
You already know it.
Yeah. Joe
You're
out.
my inspiration, man.
And one last time, go Pacers.
Go Pacers, baby. For the final time.
For Joe, go Pacers.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it.
See, I got Christian, and now I got CJ. Let's go. Come on, man.
I love it, man. For Joseph the Lawnmower, for CJ Coop, I've been the Coby Clark. Till next year, everyone. Peace out.
Peace.